The following is an excerpt from tonight's brand new episode of the Geekvolution Radio Hour, beginning at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Supervillain Network. Tonight, Vince and I are talking about navigating the treacherous waters of YouTube policy. That and more, be sure to check it out. Once again, 7 p.m. Central Time on the Supervillain Network. And thanks for listening. So, Vince, you're getting Punisher back, man.
What?
You're getting Punisher in the second season of Daredevil. Have you heard about this?
No!
You haven't heard about this?
I can't believe I haven't. What the heck, Cap?
Yeah.
Where have I been?
I just assumed you knew already. That's why I didn't say anything to you about it earlier.
My rock was so cozy this week. I was sleeping under a rock.
Seriously, clearly. Yeah, well, I hope you had a good sleep. I catch up now, Vince.
So Punisher's going to be in Daredevil.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's exciting.
That's cool. There's a huge pairing.
Well, and first of all, it makes a ton of thematic sense after everything we did first season. If you think about it, you saw all first season.
Oh, yeah.
If you think about it,
I did see that one.
He wasn't in his rock at that point. Through that whole season,
Netflix in my rock.
You've got this very small line, this small divide between Daredevil and Kingpin, and either of them, based on choices they made, could have easily gone in either direction of where they ended up going. And by the very end, Daredevil, I think in a very believable way, solidifies himself as a conscious choice. His opportunity for change. I'm going to be the hero, and Kingpin, I'm going to be the villain. And Punisher is so weirdly somewhere in between. And yeah. I would never have thought that I would ever see the Punisher as a midway point to anything. But if you think about it, he is, because that whole thing is about the slippery slope you might go on if you started deciding that it was your choice whether or not somebody lives and dies, which is the classic obvious thing to do with superheroes, but they did it in such a fresh new way. And to throw Daredevil or to throw Punisher in the middle of that, you've got a guy who kills for the right reasons, but he does always kill. So you got Daredevil on one side, he doesn't ever kill. You got Kingpin, he always kills and decides that he can't he can't see himself as somewhere in between. He can't see himself as a good person and do that. He's got to be the devil. And then you've got Punisher, and somehow or rather he's right in between.
So you have an angel that dresses like a devil. You have the devil that dresses like a businessman. And then you have the Grim Reaper who dresses like, well, the Grim Reaper without a hood.
Yeah.
And a lot of guns, no scythe, just a heck of a lot of guns. So, that's interesting, though, because I've really never seen the Punisher as an in-between point. But and I feel
don't know that's how they'll play it, but it seems like kind of the obvious way to go.
Yeah, and I think that's almost a wise way to go. I mean, since the first season's all about should I or should I not kill, and the King, and that's the thing, though, is that if you look at this series as opposed to the Kingpin in general, in comic books or whatever, if you look at Daredevil, Netflix show, the Kingpin has benevolent ambitions.
Intentions initially, yeah.
He becomes the devil to help the world, essentially. And, or at least as he sees it. But now we have people who have,
initially anyway, and then by the end, all bets are off.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Because by the end, he's got the line about the ill intent. And once you have that, it's all, because remember, he's got the lady that runs the hand. Maybe I shouldn't call her a lady, but the woman that runs the hand, when she's like,
the succubus who runs.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to choose, but you can't be a devil and an angel simultaneously. You can't do that. You have to be one or the other.
Which I feel like that's what made the series so interesting, is that he was trying.
Yeah, and, me too. Sure.
And that's the thing, is I feel like calling the Punisher a midpoint, this is a terrific idea, parallel here to draw. But I also feel like it's a hard thing to define.
Sure.
Because I wouldn't necessarily say that none of them have the best intentions at heart, at least initially. But my gut reaction is that the kind of baseline morality, the idea between innocent and guilty, is shared by Punisher and Daredevil, but the methods are shared by Punisher and Kingpin.
Yeah. So. Absolutely. Well, I would imagine that Punisher will probably try to bring back for Daredevil the merits to killing and fill that Stick role a little bit potentially. I think Punisher and Stick weirdly have a lot in common.
Yeah, that's never a thing that's been happened before.
Yeah, and I think it would have to.
Yeah.
I also think that it's very likely that if that season is anywhere near as good as first season has been and is anywhere as popular, that he may get his own show after that. I think it's a great place to introduce him, but I don't think that just because he's going to be a supporting character in Daredevil should make you afraid that they'll never actually give him his own thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I think it's a great place to start him off at.
Because I feel like they keep getting their foot in the wrong spot. They keep taking the wrong step to take that start that run. You know.
Oh, for Punisher.
Yeah. I mean, with even the 2004 Punisher, you look at it, and the big problem is that it's set in Tampa, and nobody wanted it set in Tampa other than probably the people who were going to pay for the movie. So
that's a good point.
I mean,
I forgot all about that.
Because it's not a bad movie, and then by the end of it, you're like, oh wait, that was all in Tampa.
That wasn't even in New York. What are we doing?
What the heck?
Yeah.
No wonder everybody's sweating. I thought they were in the Caribbean. I guess they were just, off the shore somewhere.
So he's going to be played by John Bernthal. I don't know if you know who that is.
John Byrne, he's a comic writer. I know who that guy is.
He was a lot of people's top pick. A lot of people wanted him
really?
for Punisher. Yeah, so the day it was announced, I saw a lot of people on Facebook lighting up like, it's Christmas. This is what we wanted. But he was in Fury and Wolf of Wall Street, and he's somebody in Walking Dead. All things that I have somehow accidentally avoided. So I've never seen him in anything, as far as I know.
Is that the guy that I think it is?
Might be Vince, I don't know.
If he is who I think he is, then sure, why not? I can see that.
So anyway, this is a thing that Vince will look up and maybe comment on again somewhere next week.
How did I not know this?
I don't know how you didn't know this.
Hokey smokes.
Big news for you, though. But I'm very excited about that. I think that's such a good place to put him. And I think it'll be interesting to see if he ends up being in the Defenders show. Is it Defenders?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, is he? I wonder if he'll be in that.
I almost think it would be...
I mean, not as a Defender, but just maybe like pop in and out.
Yeah, he could probably be supporting cast. I could see that. I don't think they would put him in the Defenders. I mean, unless the Defenders decided they're going to start killing people and Daredevil's not actually in the Defenders.
yeah, or Daredevil is just suddenly fine with it or something.
He's like, well, if you guys want to, that's okay. I'm not going to judge, but I'm not going to, okay?
But I don't know, it immediately makes my mind kind of race and think of other characters that maybe they'll bring in at some point, or people that we've always wanted, because Punisher, it was never a pipe dream, because as soon as they got him back, you had to assume that they'd put him somewhere. Oh, but when he wasn't announced for his own series, when they announced 4 of them, you had to wonder what they would ever do with them. So now other things seem more likely, maybe earlier. Like, there's been a lot of talk about Moon Knight. I really want to see that, and I think that as far as the street level, Netflix series stuff, I think Moon Knight's really likely now, and I really think Ghost Rider is too.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing, is that I guess it really depends on how ethereal, that's not the word I'm looking for, like supernatural,
yeah,
because even so, you have a lot of tech that needs to be put into Moon Knight, and you have a lot of effects that are going to be need to be done for the head of Ghost
Rider, but they've got, I mean, they're throwing so much money at Daredevil. I mean, it looks so good that I could kind of see maybe us eventually going there. For me, it's less of a money thing, and as you said, more of a how supernatural are they going to let those shows go. I wonder if you don't need the Doctor Strange movie before they start doing more occult stuff.
Yeah, I kind of wonder.
Maybe so.
And I mean,
a couple of years. But
then again, I mean, people really like Constantine, so I could see them trying to get a...
Constantine also failed.
Yeah.
And and is officially canceled now, and they've struck sets and stuff. So
I could see Marvel trying to say, hey, we can do this better than you. So...
Well... Yeah,
I could see that happen.
I don't know that show would have any bearing on it whatsoever, but I do, because you've already got an established street level thing. I think your point earlier is more apt, which is how supernatural are they going to want to go with something that is as gritty and realistic as what they've got?
Because I feel like they have an in. They have
they've got lots of ins.
They have the Hand, and then they have Iron Fist, who has like some sort of harnessing of his chi and stuff.
That's a good point. So they'll probably build it. Yeah, they'll build it. Little by little.
So yeah,